Hello everyone. So today we'll start with some basic terminology in a network security. So we have to study some of the basic definitions regarding the network security. Okay. So the first is a plain text. So the plain text can be referred as original message. Then the cipher text can be referred as a coded message. Then the cipher nothing but the algorithm for transforming the plain text into the cipher text. Okay, so if I have to transmit, yeah, if I have to transfer the our plain text into the cipher text, so we have to use the cipher. Okay, so the cipher nothing but it is an algorithm that can transfer the plain text into the cipher text. The next definition is a key. So it is a information used in a cipher and that known by the sender or receiver. The n-cipher, so n-cipher it is the encryption converting the plain text to the cipher text. Then decipher, so decipher nothing but recovering our cipher text from the plain text. So it is the decryption concept. Then the cryptography, so the cryptography is the study of encryption principal methods. Okay, so we have to study various encryption methods in a cryptography. The next definition is cryptanalysis, so it is the study of various methods of deciphering ciphertext without knowing the key. Okay, and the last definition is a cryptology. So the cryptology is the field of cryptography and cryptanalysis. So it is a combination of cryptography and cryptanalysis. So now we have to study the various techniques in the ciphertext. So basically there are the two types of technique. One is a substitution technique and another is a transposition technique. So we have to study these two techniques in a detail. So what is a substitution technique and what is a transposition technique? So in a substitution technique, so we can simply place the one character or one letter to its corresponding position. So we can simply place the another letters. So that is called as a substitution. So in this, the plain text characters are replaced with other characters, numbers or symbols. Okay, so in this substitution cipher technique, the character identity is changed while its position remains unchanged. Okay, so simply we can just change the its identity. Okay, so instead of a one letter we can substitute another letter or another characters. Okay, so it is the substitution cipher technique. And the second one is a transposition technique. So in this technique we can rearrange the position of plain text character. Okay, so the position of character is changed but the character identity is not changed. So we can keep the identity of a character as it is and simply we can rearrange the position of plain text. So we have to study first various substitution cipher technique. So first one is a Caesar cipher. So this technique is earliest known by the substitution cipher and it is developed by Julius Caesar, and these particular algorithms can be first used in a military applications. Now we have to study how this particular algorithm can be work. So in order to design this particular algorithm, so we can replace each letter by its third character. So if I have to replace the letter A, then we have to count the third letter. So we have to first skip the letter A. So we have to count B, C and D. So the letter A can be replaced by letter D. Okay, so it is the basic concept of Caesar cipher. So we'll understood this cipher by using the one example. So okay, so here we have a one example, that is a meet me after the party. Okay, so first we have to replace the first word, that is a meet. So the meet word consists of the letter M. So we have to find out the substitution for M. So we have to count the third letter from M. Okay, so we have to calculate the third letter from M. Okay, so the M letter can be replaced by P. So likewise, we can make the substitution of this particular plain text. So once we substitute, once we replace all letters by its third letter, then we can get the corresponding ciphertext. Okay, so in this way we can convert our plain text into the ciphertext. So it is a basic representation of Caesar cipher. So here we can use the different alphabets and we can provide the numbering to each alphabet. So we can take the alphabets from A to Z and we can provide the numbering from 0 to 25. So there are the 26 letters in the alphabet, so we can provide the numbering to each alphabet. Okay, so these are the two formulas for the Caesar cipher. So for first one is to converting the plain text into the ciphertext. So when we converting the plain text into ciphertext, so simply we have to add the third letter. So the plain text plus key. So in a Caesar cipher we can use the key as a 3. So that's why we can add the third letter from its original position. So by using these two formulas we can convert our plain text into the ciphertext, as well as we can convert our ciphertext into the plain text. So now the second algorithm is a mono alphabetic cipher. So rather than just shifting the alphabets, so we can consider the key of a 26 letter long. Okay, so in this cipher we can consider the long key, so we can consider the string of information. So if I have to transmit the information that contain number of letters, so we can use the mono alphabetic cipher. So in this mono alphabetic cipher also, so we can replace the particular letter by its third corresponding letter. So here we can take the one plain text that would be from the A to Z. Okay, so the letter A can be replaced with its third letter, that is called as a D. So again letter B can be replaced with a K. So likewise we can convert our plain text into the ciphertext by using the mono alphabetic cipher. Okay, so next example we'll take our plain text as if we wish to replace letters. So this is our plain text. So this plain text we have to convert into the ciphertext. So in order to convert the plain text into ciphertext, so we can use the mono alphabetic cipher. So we can replace the particular letter by third letter from its initial position. Okay, so if we replace our plain text by using the mono alphabetic cipher, so we get the ciphertext as mentioned here. So by using the mono alphabetic cipher we can also convert the plain text into the ciphertext. Now we have to move towards the next algorithm, that is called as a Playfair cipher. Okay, so this is the most commonly used algorithm in a network security. Okay, so now we'll study how we can convert the plain text information into the ciphertext by using the Playfair cipher. Okay, so in Playfair cipher, so not even the large number of keys in a mono alphabetic cipher provides the security. So the one approach to improving the security was to encrypt multiple letters. Okay, so if we go with a mono alphabetic cipher, so it does not provide that much security. So in order to secure our message, if our secure our information, so we can use the Playfair cipher. So this particular Playfair cipher is invented by Charles Weston in 1854, but named after his friend Baron Playfair. So that's why it can called as a Playfair cipher. So now we have to understood how the particular algorithms can be work. So in order to design this particular algorithm, so we have to use the standard representation. So we can use the 5 by 5 matrix. Okay, so these 5 by 5 matrix can be based on the various keywords. So we have a various alphabets, so we have to represent the various alphabets by using these 5 by 5 matrix. So for that we have to consider the keyword. So we can use any keyword for the Playfair key matrix or for Playfair cipher. So we can here used one key as a monarchy. Okay, so this key we have to first consider, this key we have to first put in our 5 by 5 matrix. So we can go from the left side to the right side. So we start with the first position. So here we can first represent the key as a monarchy. So here in a color we can represent the first key as a monarchy, and then after we have to consider our alphabets. So in order to consider alphabets, so we have to take care that the alphabet should not be repeated. So we have to count from A to Z. So if the A is used, so we have to skip the letter A and we have to consider the next letter. So here the first letter A is already present in our keyword, so that's why we can skip the A and we are started with a B. So now after B, C, so C also already used, so we can use next letter as a D. Then E, F, G, so H is also used, that's why we can skip the H. So likewise we can represent our alphabets into the 5 by 5 matrix. So if we count the 5 by 5 matrix, so there are only 25 positions, but our alphabets are 26. So that's why we can consider, we can represent the alphabet I and J in a single box. So that's why we can put the two letters in a single box. So here we can represent the letter I and J in a single box. So we can use the different key, and based on the any keyword we can represent the Playfair cipher into the 5 by 5 matrix. So it is a representation of Playfair cipher. So now we have to consider one example, so based on the Playfair cipher. So before going through the example, we have to consider the various rules for this Playfair cipher. So there are the 4 basic rules for the encryption as well as decrypting purpose. So the first rule of the Playfair cipher is that, so first we have to form the pair. Okay, so if any keyword is given, so based on that keyword, so we have to make a pair. So in each pair, so we can form the 2 letters. So we have to make first a pair. So according to the pair we can go for the next step. Okay, so in order to make the pair, so if the letter is repeated, then we can insert the letter X. Okay, so if we take an example, so that concept should be more clear. So the first step is we have to make the pairs. So if the pair contains repeating letters, then we can put the function as X. Now the second rule, so if these 2 letters in a pair are in same row. Okay, so if we make a pair and that 2 letters are in a same row, then we have to consider the right hand letter. It is the second rule. Now the third rule is, so if the 2 letters are in a same column, so if we make a pair and that 2 letters are in a same column, so for that we have to consider the downward letter. Okay, and the fourth rule is that, so we have to write the cipher text at the end. Okay, so the fourth rule indicates, so otherwise each letter is replaced by the letter in the same row and same column of the other letter of a pair. So if the two letters are not in a same row as well as not in a same column, so we have to consider the corresponding letters. So for that we can draw the rectangle and we can consider the corner letters of that particular rectangle. Okay, so we'll take a one example. So based on this example we can apply the certain rules and we can convert our plain text into the ciphertext. So here we can use the keyword as a monarchy and our message as a jazz. Okay, so first we have to consider these two things. First is our plain text, that is called as a original message. So our plain text will be a jazz and the keyword is of a monarchy. Okay, so based on these keyword we can represent the 5 by 5 matrix. So as discussed in a earlier, so we have to first represent our 5 by 5 matrix by using the given keyword. So here first we can represent our 5 by 5 matrix using the various letters. So there are the 26 alphabets and our 5 by 5 matrix contains 25 positions. So that's why we can put I and J in a single box. Now we have to consider our plain text. So the plain text is a jazz. So first rule is we have to make the pairs. So here we can first make the pair of J and A. So it is our first pair. Now the second thing is there is a repeating letter. So there is a letter is Z and Z. So we cannot make the pair of same letters. So that's why we can put the function as X and we can make the separate pairs for each letter. So we can make the second pair as a ZX and the third pair is of a ZX. Okay, so now we can first apply the rule 1. So by using the rule 1 we can make the pairs. So our original message is a jazz. So based on the first rule we can make the 3 different pairs. So now we have to apply the second rule. So now we have to consider our first pair, that is a J and A. So we have to find out the location for J and the location for A. So if we find out the location of J and A in our 5 by 5 matrix, then our fourth column consists of letter J and letter A. Okay, so what is our rule? So if the two letters are in a single column, then we have to consider the downward letter. So the downward letter for J is a S and the downward letter for A is a B. Okay, so by using this rule, so what is our rule? So if the two letters in a pair are in a same column, then we can consider the downward letter. So the JA can be replaced by S and B. Now we have to consider the second pair. So we have to find out the respective letters in our 5 by 5 matrix. So we can find out the letter Z and X. So here in a last row, that is in a fifth row, we can find out the letter Z and X. So the letter Z and X, so these two letters are in a same row. So that's why we can use the rule as, so if the two letters are in a same row, then we can use right hand side letter. So there is a no right hand side letter for Z, so we can rotate the particular 5 by 5 matrix. So we can find out the right hand side letter for Z is a U and the right hand side letter for X is a Z. So the ZX can be replaced with UZ. Okay, and our third pair is also ZX. So again the two letters are in a same row. So again the same thing we can repeat here. So zx can be replaced by uz. Okay, so this is the simple example of the Playfair cipher. So here we can use rule 1, rule 2 and rule 3. Okay, so there is a one more rule, that is if the two letters are not in a same column and same row, then how we can consider this particular ciphertext. So for that we can consider the one more example. So here we can take a one more example. So we can use our keyword as a monarchy. So same key can be used, and instead of jazz we can use the plain text as a off, that is a o double f. Okay, so now first rule is that we have to make the pair. So in order to make the pair, so we can make the pair of o and f. So first is a pair, so we can first make the pair as a OF. So letter F is remained. So in order to make the pair, we can use the letter X. So we can make the second pair as a FX. Now once the first rule is applied, so we have to consider the next rules. So we have to find out the letters in a first pair. So the first pair letter consists, one letter is O and another letter is F. So we have to first find out the position of O and F in this 5 by 5 matrix. So if we find out the position of O and F, so these two letters are in a same column. Okay, so accordingly we can apply the rules. So if the two letters in a pair are in a same column, so then we can consider the downward letter. So the downward letter for O is H and the downward letter for F is a P. So OF can be replaced with HP. Now the second pair is a F and Phi. So now we have to find out the respective position for the second pair is Fx. So we have to find out the respective letters in a 5 by 5 matrix. So these two letters not in a same column, also not in a same row. So we cannot apply the rule 2 and rule 3. So we have to go for rule 4. So we have to first identify the position of F and Phi. So here we can F and X. So here we can identify the position of F and X. So accordingly we can draw the rectangle. Okay, so here we can find out the letter F and letter X. So from F to X we have to draw the rectangle. So here we can draw the rectangle of 3 by 3 box. Okay, so now how to write the particular ciphertext. So in order to make the replacement of F, so we have to consider its corresponding rectangle. So in a rectangle, so we have to go row wise. So if we go with a row wise, then we can find out the corresponding letter for F is I and J. So we have a choice, so we can replace with the letter I or letter J. So here we can replace the letter F by I, and now we have to replace the letter X. So again we have to consider the last row. So we have to consider the row letter which is at the opposite corner of X. So there is a Phi letter, so we can consider replacement of X as a Phi, and we can replace the character X with the Phi. Okay, so we can replace our second pair Fx with the I Phi. So in this way we can apply the rule 4. So when the rule 4 is applicable, so if the two letters are not in a same row or not in a same column, so in that case we can apply the fourth rule. Okay, so by using this thing we can convert our plain text into the ciphertext. So these are the first 3 algorithms in the substitution technique. So we can study Caesar cipher, monoalphabetic cipher, and Playfair cipher. Okay, so this is the basic algorithms in a substitution technique. Okay, so by using this we can convert our plain text into the cipher text. Okay, so today we'll stop here.